So, when it comes to the UK, we are getting pretty full. And the best place to go to see proof of this is to take a look at the housing market. Because we've got this here from Callum, who used to be on the Lotus Eaters. And he's got a pretty decent map, but we'll look at that in a moment. Because if we scroll down to the bottom, we've got a Member of Parliament for the Green Party. And I'm not going to read the whole thing out. You know, I like to keep the video short and sweet. You got plenty to do today. But it says that the average rent in Bristol is now £1,748. And it says that tenants are trying to keep a roof over their heads. And basically what she means by that, this Member of Parliament for the Green Party, what she means by that is that it's getting that hard to find a house, that people are willing to pay £1,700 just for rent. But whilst Carla sits there and just blames all sorts of reasons, I think Callum sums it up pretty nicely. Because he says that he wonders what's increasing the rent demand so much, and he says it's truly a mystery. Now obviously he's being sarcastic, because you can see the outline of the map here, and he's outlined this section in Bristol, where it says that 59.4% of people in Barton Hill were born in the UK. So when you look at the other side of that, that means that 40% of people, just in that one area, 40%, were born outside of the UK. And there's a couple of things to look at as well. First of all, that doesn't include their kids. Like if they migrate to the UK and then start having kids over here, those kids are going to go into our numbers. So just with that alone, it could really be more like 50-50. Then you've got the illegals, which they're not counting. You know, the people working in the restaurants. It's a city centre, so it is going to happen. Or the people working at the salons and places like that. So that's going to lower the number even more. Then you've got the fact that this really isn't stopping anytime soon. Like you've got people coming in illegally, and then you've got millions coming in legally as well. Like just whatever way you look at it. It's a bad situation, and it's about to get a whole lot worse. And obviously these numbers are going to be different, like wherever you look in the UK. Like they're not going to be consistent or anything like that. And I would imagine that when you're in the cities themselves, in fact I'll look at this for a future video, but I imagine that when you're in the city, I mean, to be fair, this isn't like a high-level prediction. What am I going on about? Of course, when you get to the city, it's just full of foreigners. It's just whatever way you look at it. And the thing with these numbers as well is that they're going to grow exponentially. You know, like the more foreigners there are in the UK, the more foreigners are going to be having kids. And then their kids are going to have even more kids. But by that time, the government doesn't call them foreigners. Strangely enough, they call them as British as you and me. Like, I'd ask you to make it make sense. It just doesn't, does it? And I think it's dynamics like this which really are waking people up. Like the politicians can lie about many things, but lying about your ability to get a house. But if you want to see more information like this, then you've got to become one of the 58,514 subscribers.
This country has gone crazy.